Welcome to the channel, guys. This is maths tutorial from HZSRA. So we'll be starting with our mathematics textbooks for class 10th. This is the NCERT. I have taken the whole printout of the whole book. So this is the exam times are knocking at the door. So I thought let's give it a try and start with problem solvings chapter wise. So we can see over in the content over here that the chapters, the real numbers and polynomial, second chapter, pair of linear equations, two variable quadratic equations, and that is the fourth chapter. And the fifth one is the arithmetic progressions, sixth one is triangles, seventh one is coordinate geometry, eighth is introduction to trigonometry, and likewise there are total 15 chapters. So you can see over here, ninth one is some application of trigonometry, 10th is circles, 11th constructions, 12 areas related to circles, 13 surface areas and volumes, 14 statistics, 15 probability. And thereafter appendix A1 and A2, those are for proof in mathematics and mathematical modeling. So this is the printout of the exact NCERT textbook for class 10th. So we'll be starting with the problem solving, and we'll start with the real numbers. So this is chapter 1, real number. Although I have taken the printout in a bigger font, the whole page, real numbers, book, polynomials, but this one is in the booklet form. So we'll be dealing with this book. We'll be continuing with this book. So first of all, we are going for polynomials. So although the first chapter is real numbers, but we will be starting with the polynomials. So keeping aside all these materials, and we need to start our class for today, and this is the very first class. So here the chapter starts, the polynomial starts over here. So this is the starting of the chapter, polynomials. In class 9th you have studied polynomials in one variable, blah blah blah, all these things. We are not going through these things. This is class 10th NCERT, so we'll not be going into the introduction and all those things. Okay, we'll be just dealing with the basic concept initially with some examples, and then we'll be directly jumping onto the problem solving exercises. So geometrical meaning of the zeros of a polynomial, p of x if p of k is equal to 0. Forget about these things. So first of all, jumping on to the example 1. Example 1, here it is given. In example 1, it's saying that look at graph in figure 2.9. This is the figures 2.9. There are 6 given figures, 1 2 3 4 5 6. The coordinates are given of x dash and y dash. Each is the graph of y is equal to p of x. Graph y is equal to p of x. Okay, starting with the chapter polynomials. Chapter 2, y is equal to p of x, where p of x is a polynomial. This is what? Polynomial. Now for each of the graphs, find the number of zeros of p of x. So we'll have to find the number of zeros of p of x. So where y is equal to 0, p of x. So here it is given in the solution. What we can see in the solution, it's already given in example 1. The number of zeros is 1 as the graph intersects at x-axis. In the first case, here the graph is going, first it's intersecting at y-axis, then it's intersecting at x-axis. So when it's intersecting at y-axis, there is some value for the y-axis. It's not intersecting at 0 for the y-axis, but when it's intersecting at x-axis alone only, here the value of y becomes 0. So therefore the p of x is also 0. So the number of zeros is 1. Number of zeros is 1 as the graph intersects at the x-axis at one point only. If there would have been more than one intersection on x-axis, there would have been more than 1 zeros. So here there is only one intersection at x-axis, then y, here y becomes 0, so there the number of zeros is only 1. That's what it meant. So in the second figure, the number of zeros is, here we can see the graph, the y is intersecting, the graph is intersecting the x-axis at two different points. So here we can see the number of zeros, we can say, are 2. The number of zeros is 2 as the graph intersects the x-axis at 2 points. Simply, the number of zeros is 3. Here 3. Why 3? Because the graph is intersecting the x-axis at 3 points, 1, 2 and 3. We can see that. Because the graph is y is equal to p of x, so for the given value of x, the value of y varies, where the graph, where the p of x, y becomes 0. So that number of zeros is given by the number of intersection of the graph with the x-axis. Again, for the fourth graph, here we can see the fourth graph, it is intersecting at x-axis only at one point, so their number of zeros is 1. Here it is intersecting, just touching the x-axis, so we can say only one intersection point at x-axis. Again the number of zeros is 1. Here the number of intersections are 1, 2, 3, 4, so there are 4 zeros. Okay, now jumping on to the exercise 2.1. so exercise 2.1. So I'll be reading out the questions for you. Here only the graph is given. Again, it's a verbal exercise mostly. The graph of y is equal to p of x are given in figure 2.1 below for some polynomials p of x. Find the number of zeros of p of x in each case. Here intersection point of x, no intersection point, therefore number of zeros 0. In figure 2, number of intersection at x, only one intersection, number of zeros 1. Here intersection points of x 1, 2, 3, the number of zeros 3. In fourth graph, number of intersection at x, 2 intersection points, so therefore number of zeros 2. Intersection points 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 intersection points, therefore number of zeros 4. Here 1, 2, 3, so therefore 3 number of zeros. That's the exercise 1 is completed. Now